Hello, my name is Mona Tenjo and I'm the founder of RespectStrategy. Today I would like to share a little bit of insights from my recent trip to Hong Kong, where we have trained suppliers for the very first time. So if you follow my Facebook account, you know that we are implementing a global purchasing solution all over the world for all our 60 countries. And the point we had in Asia was new, so I'm doing this for more than 6 years now, but this was new because we trained suppliers for the very first time. It was requested from the local organization, so of course we fulfilled that wish. And it was very interesting for me to see because it was the first time I trained suppliers at all. So I have 3 main takeaways that I also am going to implement in the future. And the first one is that it was very, very well received, which was for me a very interesting learning. Because, if you invite suppliers as a purchaser to train a system, it is something where I wasn't really sure how people would perceive that and how they would, do they think that we are stupid, or is the system so complicated that they really have to have a training for that? But the fact is that they really were loving the training. They came, they all showed up, all suppliers that were invited really came, and then they really took the training very positively. So they asked their questions, they learned, they really wanted to learn it, which is great for us because it will help the adoption process and it will make it smoother in the implementation. Because if we have the support of the suppliers, that's a very big thing for a supplier management system, of course. The second point that I take away as very positive was that we were able to have the face-to-face conversation, because if you work with Asian countries, you may know that already, but in Asia, people don't really want to lose their face, so they don't really ask questions if they don't understand something. But you can see it in their face when you sit next to them. So if you look in their face, you see there's a doubt or there's a question that they don't really want to speak out. The point is, mostly the other suppliers have the same question and nobody has the courage to ask. So because we were there face to face, it was much easier to handle because we could see the concerns and jump right into it and help them. And also take their fear away, of course, of asking. The third point that was very helpful was a local translator. Even though all of those suppliers spoke English very well, it is still a different type of English when you speak about a system versus you speak about your general business, which might be logistics or consumer goods or whatever. The point is, it is a different type of English. So even though all of them were able to speak English, it is still different. And so many of them had concerns asking a wrong question that might be perceived stupid. So we were able to have a local translator who was taking their question in Chinese, or Cantonese in this case, and translate it back to English, and then we could answer and then they could translate it back. This was very helpful because it reduces the barrier of asking the question overall. So this was really the 3 main takeaways. It was a very positive experience, which is amazing. And we are going to implement that further in this way in Asian countries because it is very, very helpful. It will reduce the effort on our purchasing organization because the suppliers already know what they have to do. So they've seen it, all the steps, they got material, they got instructions on how they have to handle everything. And so we will have, during the first tenders that we are going to do, less questions because people just know what they have to do. So our organization can focus on the real purchasing activities and the suppliers know what they have to do. They will not oppose it. Also, it was very helpful that they were sitting in the same room, so they know that the others also have to do it, so there will be in general less resistance because everybody has to go through it, so it's a fair process for everybody, and they have seen that very openly because we had a lot of suppliers there. So I encourage you to always look at new things that you could implement for your own organization to grow further, to reach the next level. Always look for little things. It is not always the big innovation that always gets you further. Sometimes it's very small ideas that people have that you can implement very fast and reach the next level in your business. So I encourage you to look for those little things and implement them.